3 News brought you complete coverage today of the Medal of Honor ceremony in the White House for Captain Larry Taylor of Signal Mountain. Tonight, we have the highlights from the gates of the White House to the East Room. We start with Greg Glover.
A large crowd gathered at the hotel waiting to board buses for a police escort over to the White House for Larry Taylor's ceremony. That day of pomp and pageantry was well deserved, but it all began this morning with a song.
The horn went off at midnight when the call for help came in. 2 minutes later we were flying.
As friends and dignitaries gathered for the ride over to the White House, Steve Dean sang about the night Larry Taylor saved 4 fellow soldiers in Vietnam.
Outnumbered and outgunned. Mustangs.
Some wore their uniforms, others their service ribbons. Most shared stories about their time in the military or in war. But all talked about Larry Taylor. Now 81, he once again donned his dress uniform and listened in the East Room as the Commander-in-Chief sang his praises and told of how he changed lives.
The greatest honor of all, families showed up at these reunions too. They'd look for Larry, they'd hug him, they'd say, "You don't know me, but you saved my daddy's life."
That line drew a tear from Taylor's eye. 55 years since that night when he made sure those 4 men made it out alive, Larry Taylor, Chattanooga native and Signal Mountain resident, as the Army minister said, takes his place in the pantheon of our nation's greatest heroes.
They awarded me the Medal of Honor, but I was just doing my job.
That was Steve Dean singing a song commissioned by Freedom Sings USA about Larry Taylor's life and his escapades that night in Vietnam. James Rogers also sang a song he recorded with Dolly called Above and Beyond the Call, and I think James is going to be at that huge welcome home for Larry Taylor next week. It's been a privilege to be a part of this history-making moment. That will certainly be another. One more time from Washington, Greg Glover, Local 3 News.